I've installed new garage doors before, and then the neighbors come home, and then they come up to me. They see my van. It
Mm.
says garage door guy on it. And they come up to me, and the house looks so different. They'll come up and be like, "Hey, can I get your business card? Do you paint houses? Did you just paint their entire home?
Mm.
It looks so different."
This is the Checka Pro Radio Show. Checka Pro Joe has assembled a team of pre-qualified home service contractors to bring you the latest in services, products, and techniques. Now, here's your host, the man with a hard hat and tool belt, Checka Pro Joe.
It's spring snapping season. We're not talking about fishing or something. It sounds like a fishing thing. It's the season for. No, we are talking about your garage door spring. When the temperature goes up in the summertime and down in the wintertime, as we are now, in wintertime, we go to these extreme changes. Your spring on your garage door is more likely to snap. I've asked a garage door expert, Jon Phillips from A1 Garage Door Service, to join me here on the program to discuss this. Hi, John. How are you?
Hey, Joe, how's it going? Thanks for having me back on.
I've known this for some time. In the extreme heat, we get that a lot in the Phoenix area, for instance, where A1 is based. The springs don't like the extremes. And also in the wintertime, we can get cool too, or cold, and that's not good. So tell us what happens when we hit these extremes.
Right. So springs, metal, hot oil tempered, there's galvanized, but at the end of the day, the base is metal. And you'll have a spring and maybe it's a little bit out of its cycle life. It's a little bit older, and just that last straw that broke the camel's back is that fluctuation in weather, whether it goes from hot to cold or cold to hot. That's just the last piece that it takes, and then bang, hear that loud noise in the garage. You don't know what it was until you can't open the door.
That's just it. That's a telltale sign. If you hear a bang in your garage and your kids aren't playing with firecrackers and your husband's not in there with the gun, it's likely, right? It's likely the spring, because it makes a big bang. And when that happens, please do not try to move your door. You really can't. It's very heavy, isn't it?
It's super heavy, especially if you're on like a single spring system. Then we don't have anything to lift up that door. So whenever you get the opportunity, always put two springs on a door when you can.
So let's talk about ways of keeping the cool air out in the wintertime and the hot air out in the summertime with Weather Seal, and it also kind of keeps the critters out too.
Right. Starting with the spring snapping, you're going to get a garage door tech out there, and it's going to come to a point where you're putting money into the door. Now, of course, at A1 Garage Door, we have the best springs that last over 80,000 cycles, and you'll never have to worry about it again. At the same time, do you want to put that work into a door? Do you even like that door? So yes, we can repair the door, but we got to talk about the investment value. And is the garage cold? So you want to put money into the door, but you never go out in the garage because whichever heat or cold is going on outside makes it unbearable in your garage. So what can we do to make your garage comfortable and work for you, and going from the trim to the bottom rubber to the actual door installation itself and what it's made out of? How about we get you into something that you actually like and gives you a good ROI or return on investment for you?
And John, what's nice about getting an entire new door? You have the opportunity to get a new track system, new rollers, new hinges, new everything, the new seals, and it is brand new, right? So it's like getting a new car. You're not just getting a new transmission. You're not just getting new wheels. You're getting a whole new car. It's not that expensive for a huge makeover. Not only are you getting a great mechanical device, which is your garage door, but, aesthetically, it's huge. In general, doesn't the garage door make up to 40% of the facade of people's homes?
Yes, it does. It's the number one curb appeal. I mean, I've installed new garage doors before, and then the neighbors come home, and then they come up to me. They see my van. It says garage door guy on it. And they come up to me, and the house looks so different. They'll come up and be like, "Hey, can I get your business card? Do you paint houses? Did you just paint their entire home? It looks so different." I'm like, "No, we just replaced the garage door." It's a huge, huge deal.
And John, that can be done in a matter of hours versus actually painting a home, which doesn't give you that brand new garage door. It doesn't give you that feature. So let's say that you just have a builder grade garage door, but now you want some dimension to it. Maybe you want those external looking hinges, like a carriage house look. Maybe you want some windows in it. Maybe you want an insulated door. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so if we're going to talk about reinvesting in your home and giving your home like a facelift, and it comes upon insulation. So some people, you have a pan door, which is just sheet metal essentially that's stamped. You have vinyl backed, which is just styrofoam. So it has a thing called polystyrene. Looks like this. It's like the packing foam for all your old Christmas stuff that you keep in the garage that makes a little snow globe every year when you break it out to
Oh, yeah.
decorate for the holidays. And then it's just got this nice little glue. That's it. So this is just sitting inside of a pan door, and the insulation is minimal. It's not really doing anything because the typical exterior wall, if you got 2x4 exterior walls, it's going to range in between 13 to 15 R value. But then you got 2x6 walls, and then that ranges from 19 to 21. So just average home, we're going to say is around 13 on an exterior wall. So that's where we should start. So that's going to happen in polyurethane doors. And you can see in polyurethane door, it's an injected foam and it fills all the cracks and crevices in there, and it expands the structural rigidity, the insulation value, the quietness because it's heavy. So if you get some nice nylon rollers, you get some good hinges, we get it up on a maintenance plan, you're never even going to hear that thing. So whenever you're picking, do you want to spend a little bit of money on something that you're going to have to spend more money down the line because you're just getting a product that warps and shapes and doesn't do anything, and your water heater, you got a washer and dryer out in the garage? Or do you want to invest a little bit more and have like a bulletproof door? And essentially, if your garage is sealed and you have a good insulated door and we have a good trim and weather seal and bottom rubber, because it doesn't matter how thick the door is. If I got all four corners of it exposed to the outside, it's not doing anything. But if I have good seal, good polyurethane, you should be able to open your man door to your kitchen or whatever you have it and have it the same temperature as your house.
Really makes a big difference. I have a 3-car garage, and both of my garage doors, I've got a double garage and a single. Years ago, I replaced my 18-year-old garage doors that were barely working with insulated doors that have the glass in it, the windows. And those are double paned. So we're talking about a highly insulated door with high R value.
Yes, those usually they can fill those with a argon gas, which is in between, which is a good filter and bracer between the R value. So insulated windows, depending on the style, the thickness of the door. Just if you're gonna spend a little bit of money, at least let's spend it in something that's gonna benefit you and you can get your money back. Because garage doors have the #1 ROI of any home improvement over your kitchen, which is going to go out of style in 10 years, over bathrooms, over anything. The garage door is going to hold its value. So you're not losing anything, and you're going to save on your electricity bill. Your home's going to look stellar. It's going to look brand new. This just makes sense to get a good insulated door.
For more information, go to a1garage.com. All of Jon's contact information with A1 Garage Door Service is in the description of this podcast. Jon, thank you so much. I really appreciate your expertise today.
Thank you so much, Check Pro. I'll see you next time.
Check a Pro is your local source for pre-qualified contractors. Stay tuned for more of the Check a Pro radio show.